Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review, or comic review I should say. So this one that I'm reviewing today was recommended by someone in my comments. I believe they recommended it for the art as well as like the content. So I placed a hold on it and I got it from another library and I am excited to have read it. So the book I'm reviewing today is the second book in the Kanan Star Wars comic series, and this one is First Blood. So I read the first book in this series. My library had the first book in this comic series. That was The Last Padawan, I believe. It's right here at the beginning, so I can show you what this one looks like, which I did review on this channel, I believe. And I really enjoyed it, but my library did not have the second volume. Someone recommended it in the comments, so I decided to check it out and give it a read. And I love it. I thought this was such a great book, such a great recommendation, such a great comic, and I think any Star Wars fan would enjoy it, especially if you've read the first one. So a couple notes to begin. This follows the adventures of Kanan Jarrus. So he is in the Star Wars Rebels TV series. That being said, I think having seen the show may be helpful, but it's not necessarily required. Also, I don't think you had to have read the first comic in this series to follow the plot of the second one. I feel like this is very well contained. I think maybe reading the first one would be helpful, but it's not necessary to enjoy this series. So if you just want to get this one by itself, that is perfectly fine. I feel like you won't be missing anything too big. This comic is set up mostly as like a framed story. So there's an outer story that's going on, and that's like present day. I say present day, like Rebels Kanan, who is in a bacta tank, and him and his friends are surrounded by these people and they're going to be captured. But while he's there, he's having these flashbacks to the very beginning when he first became the Padawan of is it Depa Billaba? Her. So that's his master. And the kind of his first mission, his first experience with loss, his first experience having to take a life, stuff like that he's flashing back with. Well, he's in this bacta tank and surrounded by people in present times, or like rebel time, rebels, like TV show time, Kanan Jarrus. So he, as a Padawan, had a different name. I think it was Caleb Dume, D-U-M-E. The name, now that I said it, it sounds wrong, but I'm guessing it was, I think it's right. Yeah, Caleb Dume. So he's Caleb Dume. He took another name when he became a rebel, or when he wanted to leave this Jedi identity behind. So he is here as Caleb Dume, and he has won, I guess, the right to be the Padawan of Depa Billaba. So this is them working together. Depa has her own issues going on. She was clearly in a very bad battle where she lost a lot of her people, and she sustained some very severe injuries. So she's working with that, as well as him working through like the first experiences of being in battle and dealing with some of the more complex situations in life. That is the vast majority of it. There is one comic that they put at the end, which is also like Rebels, what do I say, like Rebels time. That is this one at the end, 13. So this one is not really, it's about Kanan, but it's more, it references that time when he first became Kanan Jarrus, when he switched his identity and some of those first contacts, and the fact that not everyone really knows his past, which, I mean, he intentionally kept it that way. So that does tie in with the overall story, but it doesn't fall in that frame tale thing that I was talking about before. Another thing I want to point out about this is the art. The art is really, really pretty. I loved it. I think it's really, really well done. So yeah, wanted to shout out to the two artists who are listed here, which are, is it Pepe, Larraz, and Andrea, Broccardo. So here, I always put them in the description too, because I want to credit the artist with the great work they do in all these comics. There is one scene that, not particularly heavily related to the story. Yeah, the art is just really, really good, really fantastic. That made me just realize how good the art was, and now I'm not gonna be able to find it, even though I found it right before. Oh yes, this scene, I feel like, so he's talking to his two friends about how he's going to become a Padawan, and I feel like the artist just captured in this scene, the vibe, it like evokes 4th grade sleepover vibes where you're just talking to your friends, just their body language and their stance. I feel like it just, even though it's not like the most action-packed scene or of everything, this one just called to me because I feel like the artist really just captured that image of sharing with friends when you're really young. I feel like all the energy was captured in one scene really, really well, so I just wanted to point it out. I highly recommend this for any Star Wars fan. Again, you don't have to have watched Rebels or read the first volume in this series, I don't think. I think they may be helpful or may add to the story, but I don't think it's required. I really enjoyed this. I really recommend giving give it a 4 stars, give the art a 4 or 5 stars. It's fabulous, it's wonderful. And yeah, I think you should check it out. If anyone else has read this series or read anything in this series, please let me know. I would love to hear about it. Other than that, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.